It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diasporans, Politico, yeah, yeah. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. This one not the off in mind. Oh, yeah, yeah. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. And in the touchlight every corner. Oh, yeah, yeah. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai. Them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diasporans, Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun Diasporans, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diasporans, Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo.
This one not a off a mic, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Hello there. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to you from wherever you're watching from. I've got something to fix, and I'll be back again in a moment.
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey supposed talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun Diasporans, Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the
Thank you very much for joining me. Please let me know if the audio is perfect on your own device over there. Then we can continue. And also, you can also share the broadcast just before you settle down, okay? I'm not allowed to use Facebook, so you can invite your friends from Facebook, from Twitter, from everywhere, WhatsApp. So copy the link, share with them, okay? And then let's get started. Loud and clear. Thank you very much, Olusegun Labiran. Thank you very much. Yes, We have updates. But let me tell you something tonight, because I may forget eventually when, among other things, I'm going to say. You see, there is a grace to what I've been saying. There's a grace in what I've been saying about us learning from history, but never to be imprisoned by history. If there is any good, great thing that this social media has done to us, or done for all of us, especially the Oduduwans, the Biafrans, and the Nigerians in general, is the fact that we have managed to bridge the gap between the Biafrans and the Yorubas, a sort of, age-long suspicion of, can we trust one another? So far, so good. Those who have been using that fault line, using that tribal this, ethnic that, to divide us, social media has managed. It took us a while, but yes, it has managed to make us at least attempt to understand one another. It gives a real Biafran who is fighting for justice, right, to pay attention to why his fellow Yoruba brother, who is also a victim of the same injustice in Nigeria, would rather fight him than fight collectively the injustice that everyone is suffering from. So social media gave us that chance. We had a lot of misunderstanding. We are still getting there. But let me tell you something. Over time, people are beginning to lower their guard, right? The Biafrans are more comfortable to have a conversation. Not that they are going to agree with you 100%, no, right? The mistrust, the suspicion that the system, the rigged system in Nigeria, has planted in us without us knowing. The suspicion of don't trust the Yoruba. There are still people who will tell you don't trust the Yoruba man. You will still see some Yorubas who will tell you don't trust Igbo man. But do you know that social media in the last 2 years especially has managed to unite us in our own injustice, in the injustices that we have suffered. And now everybody is now listening. And it seems that there is now beginning to be a cohesion, a collaboration, a sort of a listening ears, and then shoulders to rest on when things happen to either the Biafrans or the Oduduwans in this contraption called Nigeria. This is something I want you to pay attention to. They may tell you that all we do is talk. Who would have imagined it? That a day will come that our Yoruba brothers and our Biafran brothers, they will find a common ground, a common injustice ground, which everyone has suffered from, and unite to fight it. Unite to fight it. This new breed of generation who have learned from history and chose not to be imprisoned by history. We have those who are still imprisoned by that history, like those who are still fighting the civil war, the genocide in their mind, in their head, right? But good enough, social media has made us see the truth beyond what you can even imagine. What we are now doing is that harmonizing these awarenesses and all of that, and build a strong, formidable front that will eventually crash a system that brought us to this breaking point. So if people say it is all about noise, tell them they are either deliberately chose to be stupid, or they are actually stupid. Do you get what I mean now? Because you can choose to be deliberately ignorant, which is the choice, or pretend that this is not happening. Let me tell you something. You know why I feel comfortable with everyone who is standing up for the injustice suffered for decades by every part of Nigeria, don't let us mistake this, okay? There is no part of Nigeria that is not marginalized. It is a collaborative class war. Whether it's Fulani elite, whether it is the Yoruba elite, or the elite from your own tribe, from your village, one thing you should pay attention to is this. No matter how divided Nigeria is, no matter how ruined Nigeria is, no matter how corrupt Nigeria has become, you see those tribal elite, they are all united in one accord. Because of what? Nigeria still protects their wealth, the ill-gotten wealth. Nigeria protects the wealth. And as long as Nigeria protects that wealth, they may pretend to be fighting for you, but they are never fighting for you. Are you following? So that is why I decided that when you see everyone standing up in every part, whatever name they give their agitation, their own way of expressing their displeasure with the way a rigged system Nigeria is, and those who choose not to do anything, fine. I don't care. I will embrace them, because you know what Nigeria is built up for? The Igbos, who are elite, they will always be against Biafra. It is not because they don't know that Biafra will give a better future for them and for their own generation, the generation coming after them. They know. But that is not the future they want. They already got the future they want with Nigeria. All they have to do is to keep their own end of the bargain, keep everybody in the servitude, and continue to be against Biafra. Same thing with the Yoruba elite. Same thing with the Igala elite, the TV elite, the Fulani elite, the Hausa elite, the Kanuri elite. All of them, whether it's religious or whether it's political, whether it's traditional, you see all of them, they will always be against the breakup of Nigeria. You know why? Among all these ruins, their own retirement is guaranteed as Nigeria is currently structured. Yours is not. To guarantee yours is you demanding for equity, justice, and fairness. And since they won't give you that, people say, you know what? It is better we break the whole thing up without waiting for the elite. And since then, the elites have been doing everything. Have you not noticed? They are all united. You will never see any of them say, break up Nigeria. They will dance around it, dance around it, dance around it. They will come back to tell you that there is no other country. You all need Nigeria. And you'll be asking yourself, are these people mad? Now, for the first time, people are beginning to see that these guys are united in their arrangement of keeping the contraption going to the detriment of you and your own children. So you don't need them. It's a class war. Therefore, the social media is breeding the new breed of enlightened generation who will be able to differentiate between the lies, the facts from fiction. They will be able to read from history, learn from it, build from it, rather than be imprisoned by it. Because in that history, let me tell you something, in the history of Nigeria, go and check everything. Political history of Nigeria, everything is full of hatred, killing, ethnic rivalry, things that brought about bloodshed and death. No love. Don't let anybody deceive you. The progenitors of Nigeria, right? The love they projected was the love of we all agreed to get independence. Apart from that, go and trace the history, the bickering, the attack, the war, the genocide, and everything to this date. There is nothing loving about Nigeria history except those fictions that they make up for us when we were growing up. The fiction that made Muritala a murderous genocidist, that made him a national hero. Except for those fairy tales, there is no love lost. So you can't become victim of that history by claiming in this 21st century Why did Ojukwu start a war? Why did Azikiwe not supported this? Why did Awolowo give this? In 21st century, you are still a prisoner of your history. You haven't learned anything from it. And you know what? Those who didn't learn from that history, but who became prisoners of that history, they are those who are the champion of war of today. When you talk about referendum, they don't understand it. What they understand is war. And when they remember what brought the first war and the genocide, it was because some people said, give us a referendum, we want to leave. Do you understand? People who didn't learn from it, they became prisoner of that history. I hated the Igbo because of what they did to Awolowo. Oh, I hated the Yorubas because of what Awolowo did. You are still a prisoner of that history. Where is Awolowo today? Where is Azikiwe? Where is Amadu Bello? Where is Tafawa Balewa? Where is Ironsi? Where is Muritala? Where are these guys that actually changed the course of history? The history you read that will make you feel like, no, I will never trust the Yorubas. I will never trust the Igbos. I will never trust the Hausas. I will never trust the Fulanis. You see, this stereotyping is exactly what keeps them in power. It is the reason why breaking up of Nigeria will continue to be an Herculean task, something that can be done in a matter of time, in a very short time. And you know why? For years, it's been so hard to break Nigeria. It's because those who have been propagating the fake history of Nigeria, this history is history of fear, death, deprivation, loss of freedom. These are the history, intimidation, fear mongering. Okay? But this generation is now learning that, yeah, the reason why the only thing they've taught us, I mean, they've actually taught us the only reason why what they've taught us is because they wanted us to know fear all our lives. Fear. You should never ask for something that is never given to you. You should be grateful for whatever is given to you by Nigeria. Even in death, you should be thankful. And there are actually generations raised that way. But social media, internet, access to unadulterated information, the information that help form your decision, help your sort of, mental judgment. There's something that helps you to make informed decision, whereby you can then choose to be deliberately ignorant. You can choose to be deliberately stupid. But the social media, the internet has helped us so greatly. And today, people have learned from that history. They are building from it. And they are now giving it back to back to the dictator, the ghost Buhari. And you know one thing that the dictators hate most, one thing they hated a lot, is for people to find their voice and come together. They are scared of it. They may brag. Nigeria is a country of bloodbath. Nigeria is a country that is in a very, very bad place, being ruled by very, very bad people who are actually shunning out policies that are very, very bad policies. And guess what? Because of all of this, the consequences of all this are becoming very, very bad consequences. And the only way out of it is for people to know that it is a class war. Nothing you want that you can't get, all you need is the number. Like everyone says, the people's in power. They say people's power is greater than people in power, which means Buhari that can order military, that can order police to shoot aside and kill protesters who are asking him to do the right thing, fix the country. For those who are asking for revolution now, right? On a democracy day, he still send out his policemen to brutalize, to attack, and to kill protesters. You know why? Because he is a coward. You see, there's something about dictators that you need to know. Dictators love to appear like they are powerful. When they talk bigly. They talk in a big word that will make you feel like, 1 million people talking. The reason why they, in their, and everything they say, lack substance, full of threats, intimidation, and self-praise, because they are living in different world. They are no longer in that your own world. They don't see the number anymore. And guess what? When the dictators see people pulling, people coming together, they feel so intimidated. They feel like you think sending soldiers out makes them powerful? No. It shows you how intimidated he is. He was with numbers of people asking them to vote for him to be president of Nigeria, right? He was not afraid of the numbers. He was not afraid of the crowd. Now that the numbers are coming out to ask him to go away because he's failed them, he's killed them, he is scared. He couldn't call out the numbers that actually gave him that power because they are the numbers out there. He denied them. Therefore, he brought about people with guns to shoot down and quell the number of those who gave him that power. That is not act of being powerful. It is actually an act of a coward. It is an act of cowardice. Buhari is a coward. Somebody holed up inside the asshole rock. Yeah? Somebody who is so afraid that people who are carrying placard, holding phones, are more intimidating than those who are carrying AK-47. He publicly acknowledged them, he supported them, and he publicly advocates for them to be given land. But when you carry your placard, he is intimidated. And in this division, he knows that there are those that they can pay. They will pay them to come out and tell you that Buhari is the best thing that ever happened to Nigeria after the sliced bread. Yes, that is how shameless they have become. But like they say, you cannot shame the shameless, but you can talk about them in order to educate other people who actually look at them as if to say they are powerful. They are so powerful. They are not powerful. IPOB, a country of over 60 million people, Buhari, who come from, you see, let me break it down for you so that you can understand. Because that's how it is. When I keep going, I just go on and on and on and on. But let me make you understand. In this contraption called Nigeria, we have over 250 ethnic nationalities. I'm talking about nationalities that can be their own countries, if not because they match Nigeria together. People who have nothing in common, match them together to form a united country. And for 60 years, after more than over 50 million people killed to keep that Nigeria one, when I give you that number, don't be scared, okay? If we begin to compare now, you'll be shocked. Will even shock you more than that. But don't let us go there. For over 60 years, sacrificed tens of millions of people to keep it one. It has remained, apart in tatters. Yeah? Now, among these 250 nationalities in Nigeria, on record, we have 3 Bogi in Yoruba. We call it Bogi. That is something very, very massive. And I will break it down for you. We have 3 major ethnic nationalities. And they are the Yorubas, the Igbos, who are the Biafrans, the Hausas. These are the 3 major ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. The Yorubas can boast of over 70 million Yorubas that make up Nigeria of today. The Igbos can boast of over 60 million Igbos, home and abroad, that make up this Nigeria of today. The Hausas can boast of over 60 million, because they also scattered, by the way. We have the Kanuris, we have the Nupes and all of that, right? Now, the Fulanis, they are the least. The Fulanis, back in the days, in year 2000, there was this African Journal report that dealt with population growth in sub-Saharan Africa, West Africa, the Sahel, the migration and all of that. And they said, Nigeria population was somewhere around 145 million. They told us so. They said the Fulanis in Nigeria, their total population was about 3.8 million. I'm not making this up. You can go online now and Google this. Way back in 2000, though, that is just a year into democracy. Then you know what happened in the last 21 years of democracy. They are now everywhere. Okay? Now, Boko Haram, who come from Niger Republic. Do you understand? He came from Niger Republic. And because of the proximity of Niger Republic and Nigeria, you know, Katsina, where Daura, where Boko Haram come from, you will just, if you dey inside Boko Haram's living room in Daura, you will be in Nigeria. If you go to Boko Haram's backyard where he kept his cow, you will be in Niger Republic. I am not making this up. You can look it up as well. Why am I telling you this? That Boko Haram is now the president of Nigeria, a country of over 250 ethnic nationalities. And that Boko Haram now came out and he said, the Biafrans, Igbos, who are the third biggest ethnic nationality in Nigeria, the Igbos, Boko Haram came and he said they are just a dot in a circle. For those of you who understand the military language, a dot in a circle simply means it can be wiped out and nobody will notice. How can you wipe out over 60 million people just to prove that Nigeria is a powerful country? How can you wipe that out? Can you now, I mean, somehow, will you now be wonder how it has become so difficult to quench and crush the Biafrans for the past 60 years that Nigeria has been trying? Pay attention, no? Ask yourself, is that not the reason why it's been so difficult to crush the Biafrans? If it was the Fulani versus Biafrans, you know what will be the result now? If they don't have access to your military wear, if they don't have access to the southern oil, if they don't have access to use Nigeria name to borrow money, they will not be able to wage war against the 60 million people and win. Now, Boko Haram is telling you, this is a narrative, they continue to tell you. The Igbos are the minority. They are in the middle. They are so small. They will have no place to go. And you believe that? Boko Haram came out and he said, oh, the southern leaders promised him, the South leader promised him. Some people were asking me that it was just a gaslighting, dog whistle, that there is no South leader that went to him. You see, I am telling you, in this Nigeria of today, if they say some leader come and they do meeting, don't join those that will say, I trust that person. You will be fooling yourself. For any amount of money, they will trade you. You will sign the agreement and you will know that they actually just sold you like a cow. Boko Haram in his own warped mind, APC, Egbe, and all of us are watching, they are treating a nationality of 60 million people like they are nothing. And you are wondering, how come they have not crushed them? How come that every time they try to, it seems that it's not just working? The reason is because since they couldn't crush them in 67 to 70, they can never crush them. And the reason why it's still pretty much looking so good is because they are still making you feel like it is something to defend and use Nigeria resources to commit genocide again, because Fulanis, led by Boko Haram, they just want to wipe out the dots. They want to clean it away. How do you clean 60 million people away? How? But today, we are doing well. Some people said, Maiyegun, if they were to give award to platforms, the platforms that actually bring people united enough that they are so comfortable, it doesn't matter where they come from, right? Whether even they are Fulani, whether they are Hausa, whether they are from Tifi, whether they are from Ijoland, whether they are Biafrans, Yoruba, it doesn't matter where they come from. You seem to have this kind of, you know, an easy peasy arrangement on Maiyegun that somebody should give you a recognition for that, because if there is nothing social media has done for us in this generation, this is one of it. Look at how much they try to plant the IPOB this, IPOB that, IPOB coming to attack Lagos, or IPOB there was behind NSAS. Look at how much they have tried to propagate that in order for them to set the Eastern Nigeria up and be able to declare full-scale war, like Buhari want to wipe them out. Are you with me? How much, if there is no social media to debunk them, how much of damages do you think that would have done? Today, people feel comfortable to actually pay. Some people began reading about Biafra. Now that people are talking more about it, many Yorubas are now following. They say, I didn't know this happened though. Honestly speaking, I didn't know. Man, so Nigeria did all of it. Yeah, you know. So the people we call heroes, these guys are actually criminals. These are war crime criminals. Wow. It is because of social media. And that is why social media became a threat. And if you pay attention, social media is not just a threat to APC. Social media, the internet, is a big threat to the establishment in Nigeria. Call it the church, call it the religious, the Islam, call it the traditional institution, call it the political class, everything, including the business world, they are intimidated by what social media is doing. The expose. Imagine banks coming to social media to apologize to citizens simply because there is hashtag boycott GTB, boycott First Bank, and you see First Bank apologizing, fixing problem. Social media became Nigerians 911. Imagine the freedom. Policemen will be robbing you at a corner in Lagos. Somebody will capture the video, put it on social media. People will start hashtagging it. The policemen who collected the money from you, they will be arrested, even if not for figgy, right? But you get your money back. That was some freedom that not even their conventional media in Nigeria could give. So social media began uniting people, understanding the problem of Nigeria, but yet not at a unison on what will be the exact solution. So everybody is now bringing his own solution. All of you may not notice. That means we are progressing. Biafrans and the Oduduwans met in London. It was a beautiful sight to behold. I'm going to show it to you before I continue. Let me say thank you to Expensive Vincent A. A friend called my attention to my last super chat. There was messed up on my chart. I called on Yorubas to establish our militia group that could protect our people if NPF and army failed to, not calling attack on innocent people. Ireo, I missed that too. However, thanks for that rebuttal. Okay, we are not calling for violence. If you watch the video on Maiyegun General Politico, we report the violence unleashed on people by the dictatorship or the tyrannical government of Nigeria under Buhari. We never encourage violence. We encourage self-defense, which is universally your right to defend yourself against any attack, since the state will not protect you. That is not a call for violence. That is not a call for attack on people. Protect yourself, defend your community. This is now a common saying in Nigeria since the failure of the government of Nigeria. So, Expensive Vincent, I think I will grab your message. And thank you very much for getting back on that. In London, June 12, the Biafrans, the Oduduwans, they used the opportunity to stage an awareness rally, a very massive one, right, to tell Nigeria that if the opportunity is given today for the Yorubas for the Biafrans to decide where they want to belong to, my brothers and sisters, you will not have to wait for long before you get the answer. People said the Yorubas, the Biafrans, and every other nationality in Nigeria who is abroad, okay, we all have a role to play in changing the course of history in that Nigeria, saving the lives of those we love, our own loved ones, who are trapped in that place. Well, not by the choice of theirs, or not completely the choice of theirs, right? But by the unfortunate misfortune of having these terrible human beings in charge of their country. But however, the unity is building, is growing, and it is starting from abroad. And I love it. And I think you must have seen the videos, right? But let's watch these to start with. Thank you very much. So that is London earlier today. Not just that. There's another one this time around when everybody formed a barricade and watch.
Il paese che ci ospita oggi, ossia l'Italia, è un padre fondante della comunità europea e non dimentichiamo, noi l'abbiamo studiato anche, l'accordo di 28, per cui sappiamo anche...
Mo wá sí online sí láti jẹ́ pé kí n sọ fún ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa wípé kí ẹ pàdé mi kẹ́ join mi níbi èyí tí mo share sí ọ ní ìsìn náà ni mo share rẹ̀ tẹ́ bá ti wá sórí page mi ẹ máa rí torí mi ni mo coverage ibẹ̀ yẹn ẹ ti rí òun náà ni mo gbé dání yìí ṣe ti rí èmi ni mo coverage ẹ̀ so ìdí nìyẹn tí mo fi ní gbogbo yín ẹ wá sí ibi èyí tí mo share sórí page mi sìn ẹ̀yin náà ẹ ti máa rí Italia mega rally so ẹ lọ kẹ́ join mi níbẹ̀ mi lè mú fóònù méjì dání at the same time nítorí ṣẹlẹ̀ nìyẹn tí mo fi ń ṣe ìyẹn tí mo fi ní kí n sáré wá kí n wá sọ fún yín so ẹ join wa níbẹ̀ so bó ṣe ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ òun náà ni ẹ ń wò ó tí ẹ dẹ̀ ń gbọ́ àwọn atrocity tí ìjọba location 419 tí wọ́n ti ṣe òun náà ni ẹ rí tí àwọn Biafra IPOB tí wọ́n mú dání yẹn ẹ ti rí àwọn tí wọ́n massacre àwọn náà ni ẹ ń wò yẹn ẹ ti rí so torí ìdí èyí.
Thank you, Jare Baba. We love that coverage. Just to tell you that not just in London, it also happened in Italy. It happened, that's for the collaboration of the Biafrans and the Oduduwans to tell the whole world today about the killings going on in Nigeria, the genocide going on in Biafra land, being undertaken by Buhari and his government. Okay, so let's go to Nigeria, where they also staged a protest against Buhari today, which the Revolution Now and others joined across the country. Let's start with this. The first one that will likely, is different from what I showed you from Italy or in London. This is Nigeria.
Many people are dying in the country. Many of my friends are dying by the time. We said no to this government. We don't want you anymore, Buhari. You have failed us as a.
Meanwhile, let's go to the showroom. How Buhari's government treated the peaceful protesters again today. We haven't received any reports of anyone or if anybody got killed or anyone got shot, but we've received the report of those arrested by his policemen in Lagos, in Abuja, and those who attempted to shoot people in Djibouti. Ibadan was relatively peaceful, and I'll show you I'll show you around. Okay, New York. People also spoke from New York to send a message. Buhari, you have to go. Let me tell you something about all these protests before I show you the video again, okay? Some of you may not agree with why people are protesting, their own style or the message in their protest, but there's something you should never miss out, okay? People have been trained now to be prepared for a period whereby the shutting down of the entire country that will actually change everything will become so easy and convenient. You remember that before now, the only people who can call for national protest or anything, they were the Labour Congress. They will be calling meetings. We are still in the meeting. We are in meeting with government. The meeting is postponed. Is there going to be strike tomorrow? Is there going to be protest tomorrow? Have you noticed how that paradigm shift changed to the youth, to this generation, organizing and mobilizing their own for their own protest, even though they are not sharing money or giving people money, right? They are able to still move. That is the preparation that we eventually spark to give what everyone is looking for. I know you are in a hurry. You don't like their style, this and that, but you have no idea what this whole thing is doing everywhere. When people begin to group and gather and defy the dictators, when dictators say something, they will say, go to hell, come and kill us. That is the beginning. By the time the real number emerge, the dictator and those who are holding guns for him, they will run out of town. People have been saying, imagine a day that the people who can mobilize Shure and everyone who can mobilize this number of Nigerians to come out, to defy the killings, despite them being killed. If they can now go into a collaboration with the IPOB leadership, the Lanomo Oodu'a, and everybody decide that we're going to shut down everything today, do you really think their soldiers will be able to stop you? Well, I appreciate them, and I can tell you, they are raising the consciousness of the young people. The young people will begin to reject everything that these criminals are throwing at them. It's not going to work just overnight. But let me tell you this. Many people who now believe that Nigeria must break up, or Nigeria must change from what it is now, many of them who are doing it today, many of them, they call many of us mad people 2 years ago. Some of them were calling us names 2 years ago. Today, many of them are now saying, man, I now believe that Nigeria must break up. I now strongly believe that, you know what I mean? So, all these protests there, they are things that are giving Buhari and gang blood pressure So you need to mount the pressure, keep the pressure, keep the pressure. Because if you are not pressurizing them, why would they do this to people in Lagos today? Let's start with this.
The police tried to separate the protesters from journalists, saying that the protesters are beginning to infiltrate the group of journalists and are mixing up. So because of that, they had to fire canisters of tear gas. At least 7 canisters have been fired. It's difficult to see out here, and the shots are continuing. So now on the road, you can hardly find anybody. Everybody's leaving the road. There's more police presence on ground now. We've had to put on our ID cards so that we can be differentiated from the protesters, but that is currently the situation on ground right now.
All right, Ben, if you can't hear us, we saw a banner at the beginning. We saw a banner at the front. Please, Ben, get to somewhere a bit safer if you can.
Can you get to a safe location?
Please, if we don't have to see you, that's fine. We can see the visuals. But we saw a banner at the front of the group that was on the road.
Police is
can you
going
tell us
after the protesters, if you can hear me. They are being chased. Thomas, take the shot, please. Protesters are being chased down by police. If you can see that, the police are actually shooting guns. They are shooting guns.
Okay, Ben, we
not
really
just tear gas now, they're actually shooting. We cannot tell if these are rubber bullets or these are live rounds, but you can see the police now trying to apprehend some protesters. Yeah, and that's it. One protester has been apprehended right there. He's been taken away. Our camera has been blocked, and we've been told to stop recording the shots. We have to move out of sight now.
Please move.
But we're still recording. Thomas, keep rolling.
To a safe distance.
Keep rolling. All right, more vehicles are coming. Step out of the way.
All right, we're asking you to keep rolling, but please do it safely, Ben. Move over, move away. If you can't keep rolling, but please do it safely.
Have run into the communities so that they can run away. Now, the young man that's been taken away is the one who spoke to us in the morning. He's the one in black. Thomas, that young man who's been taken away presently is the first guy who spoke to us this morning, and the police have picked him up.
And Bernard, when you spoke
this
with
is
him,
another one as well. So
when you spoke
now
with
we
him
have been
earlier,
asked to identify ourselves with our ID cards so that they can differentiate between journalists and protesters. That's what's happening on ground right now. More shots are being fired.
They have so many policemen to go after the citizens, but they don't have enough policemen to go after bandits that continue to kidnap hundreds of school children. Yes, that is a description of a failed country. They brought about a lot. Let me give you another close shot. Maybe this will also be clearer to you again. I think that's the other one. The one I want to share with you is, let me see, I think, right. Because we're also still going to talk about those who were paid. Imagine people paid to go and protest for Buhari today as part of the trick to say they are still pretty much in control. Watch this. Those are the people paid in Abuja to go and stage their own protest and attack peaceful protesters in Abuja. Okay? You may ask me, how did you know they paid them, Maiyegun? That's a very easy question. Maybe you should watch this.
How much again? How much? For 1,000 naira. That's what bring us come here. For 1,000 naira.
To support you. To support you.
Baba Buhari.
Have you collected your own 1,000? Have you collected your own?
I've never collected 1,000. My own is 10,000 naira.
Your own is 10. How?
My own. Oga. Come here. I come here for 1,000.
Please stand there. Everybody has to grant interview.
So they told them not to grant interview. So that is the receipt. And they were there, like the NSAS protest, right? To identify them, they gave them uniform. So that when the police come, they will know those they will shoot and kill. But those ones in uniform for 1,000 naira in Abuja. There's another one here. I think this one is in Lagos. Okay, watch this first. That is in Lagos. Do you see their policemen? Do you see how the protesters are running? Like they are just in their own country. They are like refugees who are crossing borders illegally, and the police, the border patrol are trying to stop them. If you have seen those who are crossing to the US in their border, you know, if you've seen some of the videos, if you see some of them running and all of that in the border, you'll be like. Those are Nigerians who in their own country, in a democracy, on a democracy day. Maybe you should also watch this. We are still in Lagos, I think. This. Meanwhile, I think that is Ibadan. Ibadan is a different story. I'm sorry I've mixed all the videos together. But however, I think we should watch this.
Another challenge, double challenge, another challenge, another challenge, another challenge, double challenge, another challenge, another challenge, another challenge, double challenge.
That's also today. I got another one, and I think it is one sec. Ibadan.
Don't run. You don't need to.
I keep mixing them up. I don't know why. Anyway, the Ibadan today.
Don't run. You don't need to. Don't run. You don't need to. You are protected. A bit of altercation there.
Yes. Did you hear that? Tifnumbu is our problem. That is called, raising consciousness. So it will be so difficult, if not near impossible, to deceive half of those people you saw there today in Ibadan, who now know that these guys are the problem, and they will go eventually because they will be ready then to say, what should we do? I told you I was going to give you the close shot because so many of them, yeah, right? The close shot of what they did to the protesters in Lagos, the Lagos Commissioner of Police, Odumosu or something his name, right? Watch this.
Don't run. You don't need to. You are protected. A bit of altercation there. Yeah, let's stay together. Let's stay together. I'm afraid. Are you recording? Roll the tape. You can see the journalists over here.
That was Lagos, Ojota, today as well, where they ensure that there would be no real, any gathering whatsoever. And some of you may say, well, after today, what is next? Well, tomorrow is another day. We will find out. But for those who have been consciously, woken today, I believe that constant and continuous message of reminding them, right, that they can get it better. I was expecting our Oduduwa, campaigners today to come out as well, despite Oloye Sunday Igboho's initial alleged support for the June 12th protest today, but I didn't see any. Well, maybe they choose not to stage it today. I was also looking for a possibility of having our Biafran brothers and sisters out today, but that didn't happen either. So I eventually got to know that because they were blamed, and they are still being blamed for the NSAS protest staged by the young people in Nigeria by tagging them the IPOB protest. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu advised the IPOB to stay off, except for those who want to stage the own awareness rally abroad. And I think that's what happened. I can't, verify that right away. But let me take you to another one, where those who brought, okay, I think I found the video I was looking for. This is the statement before I change, okay? Watch this.
Armed men everywhere. Wabazigan, DSS, military, police, everywhere. Because we want to protest, we can't be scared. If they shut up protesters like they shut up the National Assembly members, then Nigeria is finished. We can't be scared of our president in our own countries. We are not refugees, we are citizens. I pray man no comments. How? We rather die than keep shut. I'd rather be a rebel than a slave. Yes.
You would rather be a rebel than a slave. That is a very powerful message from that lady. Rather than fear your government should be scared of offending you. But in Nigeria, they offend you, they trample on you, and they still dare you to do your worst. And, doing this conscious rallies, awareness, and all of that, the Baba of Baba that we shot everywhere down is just around the corner. And I strongly believe in that. The moment the collaboration we are looking for is eventually, arranged. And I believe that that arrangement is already growing abroad, which is a great way to start. But you see, the owners of Nigeria, the gerontocrats, the crook, let me say the crooks that have been so rewarded by Nigeria that they have nothing. The only thing they could give to you is this war-torn country, a country so divided that they need the blood of millions to keep it together. And as much as they get the blood, they still never, ever, ever bring any unity. They came out, they said they were meeting. This one, that one meet. Obasanjo and all of them. This one and that one meet for 8 hours. They were discussing Nigeria. You know how they take finish them? They are going to submit their report to Buhari or Bongbo Bogonkwe. You know what I mean? Monkey, they carry monkey, climb the palm tree or Bongbo Bogonkwe. That's exactly what they are. But this is what Obasanjo had to say. They were deliberating Nigeria. They were deliberating your future. They are telling you, yeah, I'll come back.
We talk frankly among ourselves after we have had presentation on relevant subjects of security, of measures, confidence building measures, and so on and so forth, economy, devolution and all that. And then we came to the conclusion that we wrote a report, but we were short on statement and long on action. And respecting the request of the president, we decided that our report or communique will not be issued until we have formally reported the meeting to the president. Those of us who participated pledged to ourselves and pledged to Nigerians that we will lead in changing the narrative of how we address ourselves, of how we talk to ourselves, of the language we use, because we have to start building trust, building confidence, building relationship, and reaching out.
Like I told you, right? That's what they do. They will talk, the media will put the camera. Obasanjo just said something. He said nothing. Do you get that now? Thank God for social media that helped us to demystify people like this. Okay? He said nothing. Well, when my time we want to change the narrative of how we address ourselves, how we talk to ourselves. Is that what we are talking about? How we talk to ourselves? Or how Nigeria is treating everyone? How Buhari has come to expose that? We're talking about how we talk to ourselves. We can talk to ourselves anyhow. But when you have injustice, when injustice becomes the order of the day, rebellion will be the next thing. That's what will happen. It's not how we talk to ourselves that brought us here. It is how we treat ourselves. It's how we have been treated by the generation that had everything and gave nothing, but a ruined, destroyed country for a generation to fix. And here they are. They want to change the narrative. What narrative is this going to change? The narrative of this, somebody like this. This one.
Talk about talking to the people of Northeast in the language you understand. That is the whole, there's a crisis around that language. So it shows that because we were a former military man, we are talking about, using force to restore order. But it's understood in another way, especially given what happened last week when you spoke about the Southeast, IPOB, and all that. One, the controversy of Twitter. When is the government going to ban Twitter? The suspension of Twitter. Because, I mean, when Nigerians are expecting when the government will do that, and two, how are you going to resolve the crisis in the Southeast?
Well, Southeast, I was encouraged by what I heard. Nobody told me. 2 statements from the South. One by elderly people. No, South. Yes, by elderly people. They said this time around there will be no access to sea. I'm sure you will understand what they mean. Again, the youth made the same statement. That encouraged me. So that IPOB is just like a dot in a circle. If they want to exist, they would have no access to anywhere. And the way they are spread all over the country, having businesses, having property, I think IPOB doesn't know what they are talking about. In any case, we say we'll talk to them in the language they understand. We'll organize the police and the military to pursue them. That's what we can do. And we will do it.
What about Twitter?
Twitter. That I will give to myself. What?
Well, still on the Southeast, Mr. President, how do you plan to include more people from the Southeast, and indeed the South in general, to include more people?
And that was when he made the statement of the country of 60 million people as a dot in a circle. That coming out of Buhari's mouth, a Fulani man in a country of over 250 nationalities. Because it's convenient to say it. It will speak to them in the language they understand. And the likes of Obashejo and the rest of them, they have no solution other than just to buy time. Please don't break Nigeria. Please don't remove our feeding bottle. You know, if you take all this feeding bottle away from us, we don't want to suffer in our retirement. When we die, you can break Nigeria. That's what they are trying to tell you. How many of us have to die in order to keep Nigeria as they want it to be? The language of division, the language of bloodbath, the language of death. That's the language of Buhari. That is the language of Nigeria. So what narrative is Obasanjo coming to change? Let me tell you this. Some people used to be very, very crossed with me. And this is on the both sides of the aisle. Whenever I say we need ourselves, the collaboration, the understanding, to push this, whether you are a Biafran, whether you are Yoruba or any other part you come from, everyone is marginalized. And those who make that marginalization possible, they are those who parade themselves as your leaders, even if you don't recognize them as leaders, right? But they still parade themselves as your leaders, as your representatives, and that's okay. So, but the moment all of us realize that it is class war, okay, Biafra will come, Oduduwa Republic will come, Kwararafa Republic will come. Every republic you want to have, you can have. But you see, the generation that perpetrated a genocide, killed millions of people. The generation that did that, they are still alive. The generation have been, making money, getting their reward from the killings that kept Nigeria together. So if you tell them that you want to break up, of course you won't expect them to, whether they are Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, Fulani, it doesn't matter. They are all united to keep the status quo of Nigeria as it is. But you are not in that picture, okay? And that is why they are united. That's why some of them are quiet when they watch the killings of the Biafrans. That's why you see the Yoruba leaders. Many of them, they are quiet. It's not because they are not seeing it. That's why you see so many Igbo leaders. They are quiet. It's not because they are not reading about the killings in Imo and everywhere. They are reading it. But guess what? They are all united to kill all of us. The moment the Yoruba, the Yoruba nationalists gain more momentum now, they will begin to kill us, same way they are killing the Biafrans. And guess what? The Biafran, the Igbo leaders, they will keep quiet. The Yoruba leaders, they will keep quiet. And everybody will just be like, hey, now that person, they kill us. So, but they are all united. It is called class war. And somebody told me, he said, Maiyegun, tell your friends they should not die in their war. So until all of us come together, including those who are fighting for revolution now, let me tell you something. You see those who are believing in one Nigeria, many of them, they don't like this one Nigeria that you are seeing, right? But they know that many of us have already seceded from Nigeria. We have broken away from Nigeria mentally, right? But they still feel like everybody can get what they want. If we all deal with these criminals there now, take the country back from them, and then decide how you want to divide and how you want to move. You see, there is nobody that has one single solution. But you know, the only people who are very right about breaking off Nigeria and the process of actually breaking Nigeria are the Revolution Now campaigners. Even though their campaign is to break the system, so that everybody can have their own country, or they can bring Nigeria together and bring justice. Don't misunderstand it. A revolution that will break the system in Nigeria is going to break Nigeria. Don't be deceived. Even those who are championing for one Nigeria, by the time the revolution kicks in, which means revolution is the key that will unlock the unbreakable nonsense they are talking about Nigeria. Once that unlock that, and the system that gives them this power is broken into pieces, it is either they will take some to any part of the north where they can still have military and all of that to control, and they will break away from the south. Last, it will end up in breakup. Some of you are misunderstanding it, that Shiwore is asking for revolution. Shiwore is asking you to protest against Buhari all the time. You have no idea. A system that gives them this power to stop you from breaking away, that system needs to be broken. And the only thing that can break it is a total civil disobedience, a complete revolution. And it's going to happen spontaneously. You're not going to choose a date for revolution. But you know what the great work, the effect of what the likes of Shiwore and Co are doing, you know what the great advantage of that? The day revolution will break out, you as a Biafran, you will be carrying your flag, Biafra flag. It is revolution. You from Oduduwa land, you will carry that flag of Oduduwa Republic. Nigeria hasn't broken down, no? But the revolution is in full gear. Guess what? Their military, their police, they will begin to, some of them will begin to join you. They will begin to take off the uniform. And around that time, you will begin to know that the end is near. But when you have docile people who still feel like they are going to be killed if they should ask for their right for better life, and they will never come out, even though they are still going to be killed, though, despite not protesting, no. If they are not killed by hunger, they will still be destroyed and killed by poverty. If that is not done, even if they manage to beat poverty to some extent, those people who are actually the victims of a rotten system, who are also living off the rich system, I'm talking about those abandoned, those who will come after you. Who are those you think making up the team of One Chance, team of kidnappers and all of that, who want to rob you your money and throw you off the moving bus? They are the product of the abandoned system. So even when you managed to beat that poverty in your own way, you will still either going to get killed by either their police or those abandoned that you don't know about, they don't care about, and you are going to live with, and they are going to put you in where? In that their own searchlight, because through you they will survive, by robbing you, by, I'm not making this up, you know what I'm talking about. And I believe that this might have probably put you in that gear like, oh my God, what are you talking about? Of course, what I'm talking about is that When that time comes, when you have the what do you call it? The consciousness, where men and women, young and old, they will be able to speak with one voice and say, until this system is broken, there will be no new one created. You can't mend it. You can't amend it. You can't change it. You just have to end it, break it completely, and then build from the rumbles of what will come out of that. So when the consciousness grows to that level, some of you are going to begin to appreciate Omoyele Sowore. You know why I will never join those who want to condemn him? Some of you said, oh, he's not doing it right. He should do it the other way. You have no idea. Some of you just want to sleep, wake up, and then that's it. The miracle. Everything has changed. No. You have no idea. You are going to appreciate him more. You are doing exactly what kept those criminals in power, which is they make you feel like Sowore is more dangerous than people who conveniently called on soldiers to shoot at you for asking them to stop police brutality. And it is easier. You will hate him. Sowore supported Buhari. It's because of Sahara. It's because he brought us here. It's okay, fine. Now you are here. Do you know how to get out of it alone? And how come you haven't got out of it alone since? But when you gaslight Sowore and you watch them kill him, same way some people said, why isn't Nnamdi Kanu trying to bring Wahala? Simply because they are in PDP. They are waiting for Nigeria. They are waiting for APC to fuck up. So that they can then tell you that, you see, PDP is the answer. Then all of a sudden, Nnamdi Kanu came talking about Biafra. And they hated him for it. Those who wanted him killed, they didn't want him killed because he's doing anything wrong. They just want him out of the way so that their own plan, PDP, I'll just be senator. You see, APC don't F up. Now it's our turn. We have to use PD. You know what I mean? But Nnamdi Kanu came and he said, Igbos shouldn't vote. Don't waste your vote. Don't waste your lives. It's a waste of time. Sit at home. He became a threat. And they wanted him killed. If they had killed him, you would think you saved Nigeria. No. You just helped the people who brought you to this state. The same people they will give you cameras, say, we just want the government to give us good life. We just want government to give us good road. You know they won't give you. But you will watch them kill Sowore. After killing him, you continue with the whole thing. Then you'll be waiting. All these activists, nobody is protesting. Nobody wants to do this and that because you watch them kill all the people who are speaking up for you because according to you, they are not doing the way you want it to be done. That's why I won't support you. When you come here and say, Maiyegun, you should be talking to Sowore, you don't know what you are talking about. If you are very conscious of what and the effect of what is going on and how much more people are beginning to come to that reality. Those who want this to change now, some of them were mocking Sowore. They were mocking Nnamdi Kanu. They were laughing at many of you 2 years ago. So rest. Those are the people that are helping us to keep the blood pressure of the terrorists in government, to keep it high. As they are keeping your own blood pressure above, over high, as you are scared of how you are going to pay your next house rent, how you are going to pay the next hospital bill, how you are going to get your next pension paid, how you are going to pay the school fees of your children, house rent, how you are going to possibly be able to afford to pay for your own medical care, or be able to send something to your aged mothers and father back home. Then you still have to worry about the possibility of being kidnapped, where they will be asking you for millions. Now everybody is apprehensive, trying to play safe because of what Nigeria has brought upon them. So, African Wala, by the way, let me pick this. One cold beer on me, brother. That episode on fake pastors and Article 19 was educative and hilarious. Thank you very much, African Wahala. So if you were waiting for them to be punished and killed, you are just doing the bidding. Oh, Showore should die in jail. They should kill this idiot and all of that. You are talking from a position of ignorance. Because you know what? The fact that people were abusing Showore 2 years ago, and despite the NSAS protest in October 2020, among other people who also work with them, today, they still put pressure on the blood of Buhari and the people, the Kaaba, that they were forced to start paying children. Imagine paying children to go and stand with Buhari. Yeah, go outside there. You just show them that you love Buhari. You want Buhari to continue. You think I'm joking? Nah. 1,000 naira. Children. They didn't send them to school. There's not going to be education for them. They picked them on the streets, put new clothes on them, new t-shirt on them, and face cap, and they came out. Many of them don't even know what they wrote on the t-shirt, but they gave them 1,000 naira, and to show that Nigeria is completely messed up country. This is your reality. How do you get out of it? If you continue to be pointing fingers, I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I prefer this my other brother than that my other brother, and the rest of that. Oh, they should kill this one. He should be arrested. Oh, they should jail him. In fact, that is not enough. I don't know why they didn't shoot him in the head. Blah, 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 blah. And yet, you want to see Biafra. You want to see Oduduwa Republic. You want to see a working country. But you want those who make that impossible to kill those who are asking you that it is possible if you can deal with these criminals. How does that correlate? Don't be a prisoner of history. Be like me. Learn from history. Build on it. Build bridges. Share love, I would say. And when I say share love, it's not by saying. It is actually by doing. And on Maiyegun's Politico, that seems to be our secret. We're able to be so sincere to let you see through the charade, the lies, the manipulations for years of what Nigeria has done to you. And today, we are building that bridge. We are building a very strong one. It is starting from abroad. It is growing back home. And when the time comes, those who have been living off dividing us, gaining power by uniting against us, victimizing us and telling us to do our worst. Those who want to wipe off 60 million people as a dot in a circle, that dot has taken over the circle, especially Buhari, who confirmed it. They have properties everywhere, they have businesses everywhere, and you don't think those are the kind of people you can erase from the circle. So in this regard, love one another. Stop all the bickering. Learn from our brothers in Italy, our brothers in London and sisters in London. Everyone who finally put aside all they have been told. People who have unlearned what they've learned before. Those who have learned from history and refused to be imprisoned by that history. Building bridges, genuinely, not talking about it, but making it happen. This is the future. This is what will stop those who are plotting and continue, who are still continuing with the genocide in Eastern Nigeria. This is our time. And I'm imploring you, build bridges, drop all bickerings, drop all this, I don't trust you, drop all this and that. Begin to see through what actually connects us. One of them is that we have all been the victims of injustice. Injustice in the hand of Nigeria, injustice in the hand of those who claim to be representing us from every angle of Nigeria. until we are all united against the injustice against us, we will never get anything. I'm not tired. We never get tired telling you that is the best way to break up Nigeria. Unite. I once asked for the Southern unity, but I don't want to be a unity beggar. I called it coalition or collaboration. Coalition or collaboration means that everyone comes to the table with their own terms and conditions, memorandum of what they want in that association, in that collaboration. This is what can build a front that can never be confronted by those who parade themselves today as the most powerful because they hold the power. So I'm going to drop the line here. I know I was supposed to take some calls, but I won't tonight. I decided, to drop this in full. Tomorrow is Sunday sermon. For those who have been very regular on Maiyegun's diary, Sunday sermon is more arty, more kind of mixed, and it can be emotional, or above all, very, very educative. So you should join that. It will start from 12 noon tomorrow. If you have the time, join me on YouTube here. However, just before you go, remember, give me that thumb up under this video. You can just leave the chat room for a sec, right? And then I just click on that thumb up under the video. Give me that subscription if you haven't really subscribed to Maiyegun's Diary Politico. And again, join me tomorrow. Until then, stay safe. Meanwhile, let me quickly say a shout out to these two guys. African Wahala. No Wahala. The director's court. Sorry, Baba. I nearly missed that. So, Hybrid 10. Thank you very much for your super chats and super sticker. I saw director's court earlier. Thank you very much. And I'm going to try and find that to say thank you. Let's see. Yeah, I think I found it because you added a super chat to it. Maiyegun abeg, add this beer. This one join, make them too. You too much, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Nobody. I think I just got your super chat there and super sticker. Everybody will be like, this super chat, super sticker. Well, remember, we've rounded up. We've come to the close of the conversation tonight, okay? Give that thumb up before you leave and subscribe as well, all right? Nobody. We united in demo today in London. Buhari must go. Nobody. I'm watching you now. And I actually miss you, by the way. So you have a beautiful evening, okay? And well done to everyone. Citizen AY and co. And there are so many other people who actually made that happen in London today. It was massive, but I was working. Couldn't make it. We're going to have to organize one in Scotland very soon. And I'm thinking of July. Yeah? I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys at some other time. You have a good evening. Okay? Good night.
Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun mami. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun mami. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Tí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun mami. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Maiyegun mami. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun mami. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun mami. Àní ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ Súnrakì. Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ra kì í. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́.